This week, our nation will honor the memory of a brave Kentuckian. President Trump will posthumously award First Lieutenant Garlin Murl Connor with our nation's highest military distinction, the Medal of Honor. In 1941, Garlin left his farm town in Clinton County, Kentucky. This quiet 21-year-old enlisted in the Army. When he returned after World War II service that spanned 8 major campaigns and earned a battlefield commission, 4 Silver Stars, 3 Purple Hearts, and the Distinguished Service Cross, he was a hero. Lieutenant Connor wasn't supposed to be in a snow-covered forest that January morning in 1945. He was meant to be recovering in a hospital. But with his unit in need, he snuck away and returned to the front in France. When he rejoined his comrades, they were in urgent danger, pinned down by 6 German tanks. Lieutenant Connor stepped forward. He took a telephone, a radio, and a wire reel and ran toward the enemy, alone. Totally alone. Past the American line, in a ditch barely large enough to cover him, Lieutenant Connor began directing artillery against the approaching enemy. He held his ground through wave after wave of German advances. When the enemy surged, even coming within feet of him, he called in artillery strikes on his own position. Amazingly, when the dust settled, Lieutenant Connor was still alive. And Allied artillery had destroyed the German tanks and stopped the advance. On that frigid morning, in complete disregard for his own safety, Lieutenant Connor saved the lives of his comrades. This afternoon, I will have the privilege to welcome Ms. Pauline Connor, Garlin's wife of more than 50 years, and other family members to the Capitol. Without Pauline's patience and steadfast resolve, there would be no recognition tomorrow. After the war, Lieutenant Connor demurred any sort of personal glory. With the humility that's typical among the greatest generation, he returned to his farm and planned to leave the war behind him. Later in life, he took it upon himself to meet privately with his fellow veterans and their families, offering comfort and advice. One day, late in Lieutenant Connor's life, a former Army Green Beret named Richard Chilton came to their home to ask about his late uncle who served with him in Europe. He saw all of Garlin's decorations and medals and urged Pauline to apply for the Medal of Honor. That was the first step. The path wasn't easy. Filing paperwork, finding eyewitness accounts, gathering support from the Kentucky Department of Veterans Affairs, generals, and even members of Congress. It was my privilege to join Pauline's team when they contacted my office over a decade ago. There were setbacks, even a federal court ruling, but Pauline and her team pushed forward. Her long journey will finally end in victory when the Commander-in-Chief entrusts her with Garlin's Medal of Honor tomorrow. I'm grateful to President Trump, Secretary Mattis, and Secretary Esper for recognizing this deserving Kentuckian. I'm proud to congratulate Pauline and her family today, and I'd like to thank her for giving our nation the opportunity to salute First Lieutenant Garlin Murl Connor. He embodied the highest values of our Commonwealth and of our nation. But this humble man never called himself a hero. So, Mr. President, it's incumbent upon us to do just that.